12:04 in Edmonton. Good afternoon. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday. Tom Gazzola, YouTube Trev with you. Thank you to Coop for getting us going here on the Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Oh, good time for lunch right about now, I would say. Trev?
Yes, sir. Yes, great time. Always a great time with you, Tom Gazzola.
Always a great time with you.
Oh, thank you.
Trevor Graham Party.
Yeah.
Party Graham.
Yeah, let's go. This is awesome.
Party boy.
This is, I'm always happy to be on the desk with Tommy.
You even brought a notepad and pen.
I always bring a pen and paper, and I always leave with an empty. I don't write down anything.
You
I
can doodle like John Stewart.
It's just for show. And Dusty says, he's like, I always need a pen in hand.
It's a crutch.
And so now I am like, trying to be like Dusty, yes. And I look a little bit smarter as well when I'm talking and when I do this.
If it helps you, then it's all good.
Exactly. That's a very good point, Tommy.
Okay, as always, the Oil Stream Afternoon Edition, like I said, presented by our good friends over at Boston Pizza. Shout out to Tara and the crew there, partners with us here at EST since day uno. That means one.
Yes.
And we'll be on location for the pre- and post-game show April 11th, and that is 170th. That is Tony, and that is Curtis, and that is Shar, and that is Courtney, and Shay, and the entire crew there, which is always a fantastic time. We will miss VR Montenegro, who was here this morning. I want to give him a shout out. He always came out to many of our watch parties, and he is a loyal EST nasty, and it was great to see him as he moves to Saskatchewan. VR, you're a beauty. We love you. And we know you're always going to be a nasty, whether you're in Sask or when you're back here, maybe. But appreciate you, buddy, and good to see you. So I just want to get that in there as well.
He is an absolute beauty.
Great guy.
Tailgates will not be the same.
I know.
He would, every single one that...
he always had something for you.
Yeah, he always had something for me. And it was, I always enjoyed it after when he would leave, because I'd just be just having a grand old time. So, yeah. He was a beauty. He came out to almost everything, damn near everything. And VR, he is one of the OGs. He just telling me today, he's like, I remember your first hangout, man. Watching you, I'm like, who's this guy with these boots, man? I'm like, that's me. So, yeah, lots of laughs. And I believe he's an Esty winner, if I'm not mistaken, as well. He's a beauty nasty.
Give him one of these. Yeah, I wanted to start the show on a positive note. And, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff to talk about with the Edmonton Oilers winning 4 in a row. We'll dive into that. We'll talk about last night's game. We'll look ahead to tomorrow night against the Chicago Blackhawks. But we're going to be on location on the 11th at BP 170th. Trev, you worked at BP, and that's where we discovered you.
Yes.
When we were doing the Oil Stream, when it was just a podcast before it became a full-length show on the station.
Correct. Before
EST even existed. And we were like, shit, we should hire that Travis guy at some point.
Man, I play that back. I tell you, it is no joke. It's April Fool's today, but this is no joke. When I went home that day, obviously I made a few calls, called my dad, called my stepdad. I was just so pumped.
Yeah.
And still to this day, I remember Dusty was just like, yeah, let me get your number. I'm like, okay, cool. And I was so pumped. It's still Dustin freaking Nielson in my contact, because I was just so pumped. But I went home that night and I watched the whole thing. Just wanted to see how it all unfolded. And the Thomas, great staff here. Shayna, Alyssa, the bartender, Travis. And I was like, that's me. I'm like, Tom, I know that's me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But look at us now.
Yeah, look at us now.
We're on the desk together, and you're doing great work. So the reason why I bring that up is, if you were to go to BP for lunch right now, what would you recommend? That's what you're a savvy veteran that knows the good orders at the right time. That's why I'm asking you.
Yes, man. Oh, so I was a big... depended on the day. If it was Pasta Tuesday, I'm getting pasta. Pasta. Sorry.
Thank you for using
my apologies.
Proper.
If it was
pasta.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it was Wednesday, which is what today is.
Today is Wednesday.
I'm getting some damn wings, because I think, and it's not just because I work there, I stand by it to this day, they have the best wings. I love their wings.
Boneless or bone-in?
Man, and that's the thing. They do it right. You can get the traditional, you get the fried wings, which is bone in, or you can get the all meat bites, which is my personal favorite.
Mine too.
I love the, stop by Boston Pizza, get the all meat Thai chili Ranch, can't go wrong there. And I also love their honey medium, their honey hot. But
Yes.
the hot is a little too spicy for my liking, so I always get the medium, honey medium, and obviously you get the ranch. But
Always.
yeah, so that's Wing Wednesday. You can't go wrong with Wing Wednesday, especially at Boston Pizza.
The Thai sauce. I had the Thai chicken bites in honor of Dustin Bartholomew Nielson last week. And they were phenomenal. But with, in wing form and with ranch, I think would be chef's kiss. Go see our friends over at Boston Pizza. All right. Lots of good stuff yesterday, right?
Great stuff.
We're talking about the Oilers' first 4-game winning streak of the season. A very neat and tidy 3-0 win over the Seattle Kraken. Connor Ingram picking up a shutout on his 29th birthday. He celebrated with a cookie from his wife.
Yeah.
I think it was a Cadbury Easter egg cookie, if I'm not mistaken, listening to him post-game. What stood out to you? What were you most encouraged by from last night's game, Trev?
Man, what was I most encouraged by? Oh, that's a great question there, Thomas. So much to like in last night's game, as you've mentioned. I think what I'm most impressed by is just the attention to detail on the defensive end for the Oilers. Like, they look sound, man. They look good. And all season long, we were just asking the question, can this team play defense? Can they, what is it? And I think we're starting to see in the last few games, they're not taking risks, like not nearly as much as they were. The odd man rushes, we're not seeing those nearly as much, man. And it's led to great goaltending, which has been awesome to see especially for Connor Ingram, right? He's an easy guy to cheer for, but it all goes hand in hand. Good defense leads to good offense, and obviously good defense leads to good goaltending. And that's exactly what you're getting as of late, and especially last night. So a lot to like, and you get depth scoring, which is another huge point that we've been, the scoring, it's been Connor and Leon all season long. And when Leon goes out, I tweeted this, I said, watch the Oilers play their best hockey now that Leon is out. It was something like that. And I think it's just like, I'm sorry. You obviously want to play Connor and Leon. You do. But what has this led to? It's led to, I feel like, way more roles for other players. And it's led to just better distribution among ice time amongst not just the top 6, but the bottom 6 as well. And you're getting, goals from Kasperi Kapanen. You're getting, Max Jones, which is what we saw last night. And it's just, everyone's committing. Everyone feels like they have a role. And it's not just, okay, Connor and Leon, go out there. You got to think, Tommy, if you're the other guys on the bench, and that happens time and time again, like you recognize your role, but at the same time, you're a competitor, you're an athlete. You want to go out there as much. Like the drive home, I'm trying to get in the heads of the bottom 6 players, and I got to think like, they'd be like, damn, like that's too bad. I wish I would go out there more. I wish, and I feel like that's what we're starting to see right now. So it's great. Great defense and depth scoring, more roles for more players. And it's led to the Oilers' first 4-game win streak of the season, which is kind of ridiculous that I'm saying that. And it's April 1.
And they're playing their 76th game tomorrow of the season. Let us know your thoughts. 780-218-9999. Hop into the nasty chat as well. You know what? You've got the pen like Dusty. You also put the water bottle right in the middle of the desk like Dusty. I just thought of that. It's just a me thing.
Yeah, no, I don't like it either.
There we go. That's better. No, all good.
Better.
Well said, though, Trev.
I really appreciate that.
The minute distribution thing, I think, is a great point. You talk about the fourth line. All of those guys, Lazar, Jones, and Szymanski, were all just under 10 minutes. They're all 9:53 for Jones. Lazar was at 9:50, and then Szymanski had 9:48. So that's good for a fourth line. They gave you a goal. Third line with the Kapanen goal. Kapanen, what did he play last night? He had 15-12.
Yeah.
Henrique, who was elevated to the third line.
Like Henrique looked a lot more noticeable yesterday. I feel
like he had that partial breakaway.
He was around it. He was
13-38 for him.
Yeah.
And then who was the other guy on the third line?
Dickinson.
Dickinson, that's right. Dickinson ended up with 14-40. So that's not bad minute distribution. And then that allowed guys like Savoy played 17-25.
Yeah.
Podkolzin, 16-13. Nugent Hopkins, 17-35. McDavid, 19-46.
What?
I know, right?
That's kind of surprising.
And then you had Hyman at 17-39 and Roslovic at 13-39. So nobody who played forward got over 20 minutes.
Like, look at that. That's awesome.
I think that's refreshing to see.
Yes, very refreshing.
Yeah.
And, you mentioned the fourth line, still under 10 minutes, but I mean, there are parts of the season where fourth line guys were getting less than 5.
Yep.
Right? So less than 6 even. Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. It's really good. And I think, Jones's post game, he talked about it. Like he just, there's a lot more to play for when you're getting those minutes. Mm-hmm. And not only that, you're getting into the game. You feel a lot more. You can start making plays. You don't have heavy feet, heavy skates going on the ice. You're a lot more involved, and it's a confidence boost as well. Your coach is like, okay, yeah, I'm okay with putting you out there a lot more. So it's great to see.
Rob from LA via the nasty chat said, positive game all around. Henrique still looks a step slow. Yeah, he got caught on that partial break. Good play by him. Good stick to create the opportunity. But yeah. And we were talking about it last night with Sean Bell, and Bell's like, they're not taking Henrique out of the lineup.
No.
I know a lot of people want that to happen, but.
Do you think, does he hang him up after this year? Does he go? Has he got a few more years?
I don't know. I'm sure he wants to play, but
yeah,
he also seems like the guy who is
content,
very aware of where he's at in his career.
Yeah.
And what he can contribute.
Right.
We'll see, though. I don't think he'll be in Edmonton.
I don't think so.
I'd be very, very surprised if it was here in Edmonton. If he called it a career, pretty damn good career, hit 1,000 games this year.
Yep. It's just interesting that the decline for him, though, was really quick. Yeah. Really quick. Because the year that the Oilers got him, that was actually a career year in points. He had that year.
And he still had wheels.
Yeah.
Last year was...
That season, he scored a goal of the year candidate. I'm like, damn, like Henrique still got it. And I remember when they got him, I'm like, this is a really good player that they acquired. I was pretty pumped for it. But then the decline for him has been a lot quicker than I expected for sure.
Let's go to Library Pat texting in. He says, does the 4-game win streak vindicate General Manager Stan Bowman? Put another way, since the team is now playing better, does the mediocre season now reflect more on the players? Maybe the roster construction wasn't as much of the problem as maybe was thought, or did they just need Murphy and Dickinson? Hashtag switch flip, Library Pat. I think we hit on this a little bit yesterday. It was interesting to hear Matthias Ekholm. We played him on the pregame show. He was asked by Ryan Rishaug, has it been the system tweak defensively? Has it been the new guys and what they can contribute? How would you sum up, the better play? And I'm paraphrasing Shoggy there, but Ekholm had an interesting answer. He goes, no, I think we have the guys in here that know how to play at this time of year. I'm like, did you just say you flipped the switch?
Yeah. And that's interesting, though, because I feel like we've heard, Leon Draisaitl. Was that not him? Like before the Olympic break, was he pretty well not saying, no, we know? Like, was he not flipping the switch as well? He was trying to. Like, we can be...
He's frustrated. I mean, he vented. Like, McDavid vented too, right?
Exactly. And that's what I feel like that they're getting at. Like, no, we know we can get there, but it didn't quite translate. And now they're getting there. And so it has maybe more impact for him saying it. But I don't know. Going back to like, what is it? Is it honestly, when Leon went out earlier in the season, the one thing I was looking at, they shut out the Canucks first, and then they shut out the Blues.
Yep.
And the one thing that is very similar between those two games and these, last few is go back to the lines. Like, they were rolling all lines in those games. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to Dusty, I was like, it's weird that they look more like a team that Leon is out. And I know obviously you want Leon in, but just the fact that Knoblock wasn't going to 97 and 29 every other shift, right? So that's like my biggest thing with the recent switch for the Oilers is just they're not just relying on McDavid. They can't. They've had to, do things that they wouldn't do before.
A well-rounded team's supposed to do?
Yes.
I have some theories, and Library Pat brings up some interesting points. I like that text. Thank you, Library Pat. So, does the 4-game win streak vindicate General Manager Stan Bowman? No. a 4-game winning streak does not vindicate the GM for what has been a turbulent, frustrating season where it took you 50-something games to get your first 3-game winning streak of the year, and then 75 games to get your first 4-game winning streak of the year. They're in the worst division in the league, and they have put themselves into a good spot in the division, and they are playing better hockey. Absolutely. Give them credit where they deserve it. But no, like, I still think this is a flawed team.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as strong on paper as the team was a year ago, 2 years ago that went to the Cup final. I don't think that they're going to march to the Stanley Cup final. I think that there is a chance they get to a conference final. I think they're going to win the first round, whoever they play, because in this last stretch of games, they have played the potential first round matchups and maybe even second round matchups. I think they're going to run into a buzzsaw in the third round. I think this is a very positive stretch for the team, but does not vindicate Stan Bowman, a 4-game win streak, in my opinion, Pat. And then does the mediocre season reflect on the players? I've kind of maintained all along they haven't really played up to snuff.
Yeah.
Because we would do the oil stream and after a loss, and we'd be like, Dusty would ask, hey, is it on the coaches? Because the coaches were getting a lot of heat. Chris Knoblock took a lot of heat. Mark Stewart took a lot of heat. Was it on the GM and Jeff Jackson as the CEO? They took a lot of heat, and deservedly so. And then he'd be like, is it on the goaltending? Is it on the players? I thought it was on the players. You can only work with the players you're given. Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson gave Chris Knoblock those players, and he's doing what he can. Did he go to McDavid, Dryisaitl too much? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But every coach has in this era with McDavid and Dryisaitl. So it creates a good conversation. Library Pat, this is a great text. I'm not like knocking any of it. I'm just giving my opinion on it. I still think the roster construction is a problem. I think if the Oilers get to a second or third round, more so the third round, if they get there, it's going to be an eye-opener. The level of competition, the separation, we'll see it.
You'll start to
Unless
see.
McDavid goes on a crazy run with Dryisaitl and he's healthy and they get amazing goaltending and the defense holds up, I think they're gonna get a dose of reality from whoever they face if they get to the third round.
For sure.
Murphy and Dickinson have been great contributions from those two and good additions to the lineup. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's encouraging. Like, there's a lot of encouraging signs, but I also asked Belzy and Benny this last night, Trev. The level of competition that the Oilers have faced in the last 4 or 5 games, the Mammoth have been a good team.
Yeah.
Anaheim's been up there at the top of the division. Those are games they needed to win, and they did.
Yeah.
But are those teams the creme de la creme in the NHL?
No. There's a next level.
Yeah.
There absolutely is. And I mean, Golden Knights have been fighting at Mammoth. This is their first, real year.
Solid season.
Yeah. Good way to put it. The Ducks are, you could say the same for them for the first time in a while. So you kind of expect, I shouldn't say, maybe not expect, but you expect the Oilers to win that game with the way that they've been playing as of late. But I put a lot more stock into, and that's the thing. You look at the rest of the season, who do they play? The Blackhawks tomorrow. You got the Golden Knights again, but the Avalanche at the end of the year, and that's the only thing. It's just, how can you compare the Oilers to that? Like, they'll probably be sitting in a playoff spot then. Yeah. Who knows?
The belief is growing. Like, you see the positivity. We're seeing it in the chat and the inbox and all that. And that's good.
Yeah.
Because there's been lots of negative this year, unfortunately. And for good reason, to be honest. It has been, at times, a frustrating season. To see some nice momentum, winning games you should win, important games like you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's just,
bottom line, that's good.
Good.
They took care of business. TCB.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Magic can happen in the postseason. We've seen it so many times with different teams. I just think, to me personally, I think it's more unlikely this year than the last couple of years, but who knows?
I agree.
I do like them going into the first round against anybody.
Yeah.
After that, I think it gets a little dicier, but that's the beauty of the postseason.
Yep. No, the playoffs are a different beast, Tommy. I certainly can't wait to be. I've been
Good text library, Pat. Thank you.
That is
Appreciate that.
a lot of good conversation.
Yeah. No, that got things going. He says, "Thanks, guys. I was waiting to stimulate the conversation. Appreciate the thoughts." No, that was a good one. Good. I like the positivity this time of year.
It's nice, man.
It is nice.
It's refreshing.
Yeah. Justin Hammy via the Nast Chat says, Tommy, do you have insider information on what Dry has? Will he actually be healthy game one? All I was told from team sources was the expectation is he's ready for the playoffs. My thought on the injury and him going to Germany and talking to others, not with the team, but around, is it's his knee.
The knee, yeah.
Not hip flexor.
Yeah.
Just the way it buckled after the hit from Weisblatt, and then his first step onto the bench when he went down the tunnel, and there was a little bit of a stumble there. If you've had like a torn or strained or injured MCL, ACL, like you know that feeling, and I've had my knee ripped, and there's like there was a weakness. But when you take a step, you have that confidence you're going to have a solid step. And it doesn't hold. And you have that little stumble. It looked like that to me, at least. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on Twitter. I'm just giving my thoughts on it.
It is weird because when he did leave, like, do you know what happened with, like, the doctors gave him the thumbs up? Yeah, you can return kind of thing. When he came back.
Yeah, that was the word, right?
Because then he played. Yeah, like that's
why he went back out there a little bit
because he played like 1 or 2 shifts.
But he knew something was wrong.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing for me. I don't get how you go from you should be good, yeah, and then all of a sudden he's out for did something happen? Did something happen on those next few shifts that he came out? Maybe, I don't know. But
you know what? If he's good to go for playoffs, I have full faith in him. He is a playoff warrior. He rises even above what he normally does, which is already elite.
One of the best playoff performers all time.
Yeah, I have confidence that he'll do it again. And if he's a little bit healthier and he can have confidence in whatever that injury or ailment was, that he can play through it, then I think he'll be good to go.
Yes. I have a question for you, Tommy. We were talking about silver linings, obviously, when the news broke, Dryisaitl out, obviously that's not good. But some people, like myself, I was like, maybe there are things that the coaching staff can, figure out while Dryisaitl is gone, which is exactly what they've been able to do. So in a weird way, it's kind of been a success with what they've been dealt, right? They've handled it very, very good, I'd say. So my question to you, when Dryisaitl does come back, you got the lines, how they are, your top 6. I'll just go like this.
Sure.
Does McDavid is Dryisaitl on the first line with Savoy? McDavid, Dryisaitl, Savoy?
I honestly don't know. And
I kind of line together.
I was laughing with Belsey yesterday. I'm like, isn't it funny that for a lot of the season, people would be like, why do you always go to that? Why do you always go nuclear?
Yeah.
And maybe, the Oilers didn't have the depth that they do now. There was injuries. Hyman was out for a bit. Kapanen missed a bunch of time. And people would be frustrated by that. But now it's like, hey, how about go and put those two together?
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
Yep.
I don't know. And here's part of the reason why. There's still 7 games to go. Mm-hmm. Knock on wood, but injuries can happen. Guys can go cold. Other guys can heat up. Maybe Nugent Hopkins, Roslovic, and Hyman isn't as reliable at that time.
Yeah.
And they switch it up. Maybe they notice a tendency, or maybe there's a strategy against whatever opponent they get in the first round that they might need to shift the lines. So is it a fun thing to think about? And could it be an option? 100%. Do I think it's going to happen? I honestly don't know.
Yeah. That is
but it's nice to think about. It's good to have in your back pocket. I'm sure we're going to see it. I just think with just under 3 weeks to go and 7 games, things can change.
Yeah. That is.
Do you like that idea? Because it's coming up a lot, and that's a fun thing to talk about.
No, that's a very well thought out answer. Because if it is a big if, right? You got injuries, you got the matchups on the other team, you don't know who you're playing, so there is all of that. I understand that, but if the lines 2 to 4 are playing like how they are, you do have that option. Like, you do have that option. And I feel like when they've gone nuclear before with Connor and Leon together, it's always been, okay, well, they're doing that because not other lines are really working.
Desperation.
It's desperation.
Early in games, being down in games.
But, if you do have Connor and Leon on that first line with a Savoy who's just been sick. He's been so good lately.
Yeah, he has been.
I've been pleasantly surprised with the second line of Roslovic and Nugent Hopkins and Hyman.
Yeah.
Like I think they've held their own. I think they've produced more than they've got burnt. And then I feel like I can say that for almost lines 3 and 4 as well. Like they haven't hurt the team for the most part. Like I said, I talked about their roles and whatnot. They feel really good and they look, pretty solid out there. So there is that option. Do they go that way? I don't know, but it's a nice conversation to have. And it's nice that you can discuss that, not from an act of, being desperate. Oh no, Connor and Leon, because it's the only two that are, are working right now. It's because all the other lines are kind of chipping away right now.
6-pack in the nasty chat says 4th line center for Dryisaitl to mess with all the matchups.
Yeah. Wouldn't that
I
be
know
something?
that's in jest. I'm just joking.
And then there is that route, but then
No, that's not good.
well, no. I guess like 1 and 2, Connor and Leon be center for lines 1 and 2, but Nuge be on the 3rd line. Like if they want to go that way, like they do have one of the better spines.
What does Jack Roslovic have in terms of point totals and goals in the playoffs in his career? It's like
That's
3 goals in 48 games, something like that. He was a healthy scratch for Carolina last year in the playoffs. What does he look like in the playoffs? That's a big question mark. I think that's completely valid.
Yeah.
Been in the league for a while.
Yeah, it is weird. You're just gripping the stick a little too much. Never been like some players have it in the playoffs where it just doesn't phase them and they can actually excel their game.
Yeah,
and then
that does happen.
Some good players, they just nothing in the playoffs.
It's weird. El Presidente says they have options now for line combinations, really. And I like that point by El Presidente. I like the concept of flexibility. Adjusting on the fly, being able to throw different looks at the opposition, game planning for the opposition depending on what they can throw at you.
Yeah.
The games within the game. I love that about the playoffs, and we're not there yet. We're not there. We're still a couple of weeks away, but it's fun to discuss and the possibilities and the what could happen, what might not happen. It's stimulating, as Library Pat put it.
That's a good word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do have the options, which is nice.
All right, keep those texts. Yes, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Keep those texts coming in, 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat like you have been. Hit that thumbs up button. If you don't already subscribe, please do to EST. We continue to grow. It's your clear choice for Edmonton sports. And we roll on here on the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. We're inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio right now. You could take advantage of some great deals over at Popeyes as well. If you don't have time to go in a BP and sit down and grab a bite, they could do the 15, 20-minute lunch. If you just have a couple minutes, you need to scarf something down, hit up the mini combos for $5.49 over at Popeyes. Mini combo, a beverage, small fries, and a mini chicken sandwich, or you could do the mini chicken wrap combo. I always get the cherry Coke at Popeyes in the fountain. My favorite.
I've never been a flavored guy. I just like the original.
OG's fine. It's always reliable. It's there for you. But when I see cherry Coke, and I actually like cherry Pepsi when they had it. I don't know. They probably still have it somewhere. But cherry Coke I see that darker shade of red with the little cherry over the Coca-Cola logo.
It gets you.
I get to that. And I'm like, I'm going to have one of those today.
Right.
You also have your $4 faves, mini chicken sandwich, mini chicken wrap. You can get fries. You can get the nugs. Love the blackened chicken or blackened ranch for the chicken nugs.
Yes.
At Popeyes.
Man,
I love ranch.
I'm hungry too.
I'm also getting hungry. Joaquin made a wonderful sandwich earlier.
I was going to bite it.
I know, it looked good. I was thinking about it. Like, Joaquin, maybe make another one for Trev and I. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Joaquin.
Hey, Gager. How are you? Yeah. All right, let's go into the inbox here. 780-218-9999. Nasty chat. Keep doing your thing. I see you. I'm watching the nasty chat more today. Eden texts in. I want to float this to you from what Eden has to say. He says, hey, boys, not a great look for a coach if losing a superstar in Dryisaitl forces you to be more patient. You roll your lines instead of playing steady defense and waiting for chances. though I would attribute the recent success more to Murphy relieving Wallman from playing the right. Not a great look for the coach, losing Draisaitl, forcing him to be more patient. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's tough to, like, I feel like you can pinpoint it on a map, Tommy. Like, the Oilers have started playing, well, obviously they had the 2 games against both Florida teams.
Yeah, didn't go well. They didn't play well.
I mean,
Tampa, they were okay.
Yeah, they were
Florida,
okay.
they were not.
Like, it's tough. It is tough. I don't know how to really answer this question because I kind of agree with it, I guess.
But
in a
why is it a bad look if all the coach has done is, due to necessity, spread it out and they're winning? Why is that so bad?
I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. It's a good thing.
I'm not going against you, Eden. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just counterpoint. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's a good thing that, the Oilers are rolling all 4 lines now. And that is something that Knoblock hasn't really done in, weeks prior, like what we've seen at the beginning of the season. So, I mean, I can't really disagree with you. Like, I think, now, is it bad? I mean, they weren't playing the greatest. They're playing the best now. They're rolling all 4 lines. So, I don't know. I think that it maybe isn't the best look. Like, if that's me.
I understand.
Right? Like,
I get it. I wouldn't want to look at Chris Knoblock negatively and be like, well, you don't have Draisaitl. Now you got to roll your lines and now you're winning.
Yeah.
Boy, that looks bad on you. I don't look at it that way, but I understand where that sentiment could come from.
Yeah, absolutely.
That view could come from.
Like, there's an argument to be had there for sure. And the question is, I think it looks bad, even worse, or I think it looks bad when Draisaitl does come back, and how does the record, how are the lines, how is the team playing when Draisaitl comes back, and if he just goes back to doing what he was doing before, and the record they start losing games, then I think you know what you got to do, and you got to roll those 4 lines. So, I don't know. Kind of interesting question.
Jeremy has an answer to it via the nasty chat. Jeremy says, because he didn't have to do it with both of them in the lineup.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, how much, I mean, you can't really have that. You're a coach. At the end of the day, this is a professional. It's NHL, right? But how much is there that, I have to put Connor and Leon just because of guilt. Like, I have to,
Yeah. Well, I think the pressure too, you could see.
Yeah. You'd fall into that a lot.
If Draisaitl comes back in the playoffs and they're down in some of these games, guess what? We're probably seeing it.
Yeah.
The intention will be to start 4 lines, roll them, have a mature game. That's a comment we're seeing a lot of. They played mature. Yes.
And also, you got to credit the Oilers to their starts as of late. Like, I know Jack said it on the call last night, but he's absolutely going to roll all 4 lines when they do go up. When you're up, it's so much easier. Like, when it's a trickle down effect, right?
Absolutely.
When you start strong, yes, I'm going to roll lines 1 through 4. But when you're down and out very early on in the first period, it's so easy to go to Connor and Leon, and most coaches would do that. Most coaches have done that.
Every coach has done it that's been here with those 2.
Does make the most logical sense to roll your best guys. So yeah, more emphasis on strong starts, I guess. Riding
the Pine chiming in says he's learning to roll 4 lines, more trust now in the players for Knoblock. We're going to switch over to the inbox, 780-218-9999 here on the Oil Stream with YouTube Trev and Tom Gazzola. Coach Mike texting in says, Oilers are the hottest team in the West with their 4-game heater. A lot of L's in the streak column in the West. The Pacific Division disease is spreading. So we take a peek over at the standings going into action today. Just 3 games.
Talk to me, Tommy.
It's 3 games. It's a weird schedule today. You got Vancouver, Colorado, St. Louis, LA, Anaheim, San Jose. Going back to our talking point here. In the West, Dallas lost their last game. Minnie, Nashville,
Dallas
LA. Yeah, the Kraken, the Blues, the Flames, the Hawks. Hawks are OT1. Vancouver has dropped 6 straight. And then, Dallas 3-5-2 in its last 10.
Cool.
Minnesota 4-5-1. The Avs 6-3-1, so pretty good there. The Oilers, are the hottest team in the West, like Coach Mike alluded to. Hottest team in the league right now is the Habs at 6 straight wins. The Bruins at 4 straight wins with the Oil. The Caps have rattled off 3 straight. They are 3 points back of a playoff spot behind Columbus, who lost their last game. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, if you're the 3 teams in the Central, Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota, are you more in cruise control, kind of like the Oilers were down the stretch last year?
Yeah, I think so. Like obviously you're still going to show up every single game, but the desperation for a team like the Kings, the Jets, even throw in the Sharks and Kraken, that every game it's do or die for them, right? Like, they have
that's
that,
true.
right? And so even though you don't like, you got to think like, you see the X beside Colorado Avalanche and the Stars, you're never going to admit to it, but that competitiveness, that, we need to win. They don't need to. They want to. Like, they're at that point right now. But you could argue that McKinnon's mentality is, no, we still need to win every single game going forward here. But, there's for sure way more desperation for the Kings teams. But it's funny in saying that because you look at their record and it doesn't show that at all.
No, I know. It's crazy how much of a cluster there is around that last wild card spot. Nashville at 77 points. Seattle obviously blew a great opportunity to take wild card 2 today. They would be there. It didn't happen. Now they sit tied with San Jose that has 75 points. I kind of wrote San Jose off. Yeah. My bad. The Winnipeg Jets are 6-2-2 in their last 10. They're 1 point out, and the LA Kings have kind of hung around as well. 3-3-4 in the last 10 for the Kings. They have 9 games remaining.
Yeah. Imagine if the Jets didn't lose. I think it was 12 straight.
That was a terrible
13
stretch.
straight, 12 straight. They would for sure, at least, you take that out of the equation. You'd think they'd win at least 4 games in that, and then they'd be sitting kind of okay in the wild card spot. But Jets fans, like, just listening to Huss, my dad's diehard Jets fan. He's just, I don't know what to do this season. It's
all over the place.
At one point, I made a video in December. If I'm not mistaken, the Jets were second last or dead last, but it was about them like getting Gavin McKenna. They had the highest percentage or second highest. I'm like, what are your thoughts, Jets fans? And then they're like, yes, this is exactly what we need. The Jets fans saying that, of course. And then here they are, and it's kind of like what the Flames have been for the last almost my whole lifetime, just hovering in that 16-10 spot where you're not bad enough to get a high pick, but you're not good enough to go far, and that's what the Jets fans seem to be the position that they're in right now. So, what do you think, Jets fans? If any WSTers are listening right now, do you want to go to the playoffs? I think you want to. If you're this close, you're this close.
What
1
if
point
Hellebuck
out.
goes absolutely insane?
Yeah. This could be the year, Tommy. You saw the Olympics. He was
excellent.
He was okay, I suppose.
Yeah. Better than okay, but that's putting it mildly. All right. We roll on here on the Oil Stream. You got Tom, you got Trev, and we want to hear from you. 780-218-9999. Lots of discussion about the win against Seattle. This 4-game streak that the Oilers have. It's good to see. Very encouraging this late in the season. Just 7 games remain for the Orange and Blue. They get the Chicago Blackhawks tomorrow.
Yes, they do. How's it
Not
going,
a
Murray?
good team.
How's it going, Murray?
Not a good team.
Yeah.
So we're assuming this becomes a 5-game winning streak. What has to happen, YouTube Trev?
Well, what has to happen is a lot of the same of what we've been seeing. I feel like, and they've talked about it. The players have talked about it. The coaching staff has talked about it. Knoblock in particular. I've seen so many texts, so many nasty chats. They're playing simple hockey. Like they really, really are. So keep that simple hockey. You got a pretty young and youthful Chicago Blackhawks team coming in. Let them make the mistakes. The Oilers were making a lot of mistakes. Let the Blackhawks make the mistakes and counter on those mistakes. You have the weapons to do that. You've got the confidence to do that. So And just play how you've been playing defensively as well. Connor Ingram looks great. You think he probably?
I was going to go.
That's the question.
Do you start Jari tomorrow?
Yeah, that's the thing, because it is the
I think
Blackhawks.
maybe.
But I mean, at the same time, how much do you want to? You talk about the Oilers, like there's no X there. They still need these games, right? So there's a conversation to be had for Jari, but I think I side with Ingram. Like you need these points.
You just roll him back out there.
You do. You still need these points. So Ingram, he's just been rock solid for the Oil as of late. I loved his post game. You get that? That was good, eh?
Yeah,
he's a funny guy.
He actually busted some jokes.
He's an easy guy to cheer for.
That's good to see.
I like it. Yeah, he's cool.
He's won people over, rightly so.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, you put in the hard work. You attention to detail, offensively, defensively. That's going to be huge for you tomorrow against a Blackhawks team that most certainly is not good.
2 wins in the last 10.
They suck.
They know exactly what day the season ends.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have it circled on the calendar right now.
And you feel bad because watching the Blackhawks at the beginning of the season, not going to lie, I did watch a few of their games.
Yeah.
And they were hovering. They were right around it. And then the injury to Bedard happened. And then they never really came back to, even when Bedard, when he returned, he wasn't who he was. But they were kind of fun to watch at the beginning of the season, man. But he talked about it as well. Like when you are a seller at the deadline, it's tough that you let go of players that are helping you win those games, right?
They're helping the Oilers right now.
The motivation, it leaves. It's like, what am I even doing here? Kind of like that's got to seep in. But they do have Frundell, I believe, Anton Frundell. Third overall pick in last year's draft, 5 points in his first 5 games. So the future is certainly bright for the Blackhawks. Just see you next year, not this year. Maybe if you.
That's fine.
Maybe a few
That's
years.
fine. Yeah. I am curious to see if they give Jari the start. I would understand it. I'm very I like what Connor Ingram's doing. He's just been very steady. Deskra says Ingram needs rest. He falls off hard after like 4. What else? There's one I'm going to get to in a sec. I just take care of business.
Yeah.
Get a couple of goals early. Don't even give them a glimmer of hope. Chicago, just take it away from them and try to ride it out. Don't get into bad habits. If it is a lopsided game, play a nice, mature, as people are pointing out, clean game.
Yes.
Triple Crown says give Jari a start.
What you said, yeah. I could see. I
could see it. I would understand it. I could see it. See if he could build off that win against, what was it, Utah? He played last.
Yep.
Where he was pretty good. So,
and
we'll find out tomorrow. They are practicing right now, actually, but we'll know more.
Yes. What is it here? A question for you, Tommy. I was actually. Do you have any news on Doc when he returns? He skated
yesterday. Would you even put him back in right now? That's another question I have.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was kind of leaning towards. I don't mess with the winning lineup.
Things can change, like I pointed out earlier, but right now.
The last time, because what was it? Before they played Florida, who did they beat? Oh, I got it right here. Yeah, they beat the Sharks.
Yeah.
It was great. They change up the lineup. They lose to the Panthers. So, I don't know. I've never been the one to mess with the winning lineup. And I feel like they've got a player kind of similar. They've got players similar to what Doc
Max
provides
Jones
right
has been
now.
Good.
Yeah,
Szymanski, I've been encouraged by.
Just heavy, physical,
bigger. Yeah,
that's kind of what Doc is. So I wouldn't personally. I think he's okay to just sit a few more maybe. But if they lose, then he's in.
Tails in the nasty chat says you need Jari playing. You'll need 2 goalies in the playoffs. Generally, yeah, that's fair. Cam in the inbox. Do the Oilers go back to losing when Dryisaitl is back?
Wouldn't that be something?
No, don't manifest that, Cam. No. Don't manifest that.
They're going to continue what they're doing right now, just with one of the best players in the world.
All right, keep those coming in. We have a few minutes left. I want to get to the numbers game brought to you by Play Alberta. Coop, are you okay to put that up? When you play in Alberta, it stays in Alberta. Of course, use your game sense and check out all the EST specials that we have on there. We populate it daily, especially Monday through Friday, and then you'll see a smattering on weekends. I'm going to tie in this comment on the Nasty Chat into the numbers game. It's not really Oilers related.
Okay.
But I think it's funny. This was from, where the heck is it? I just had it and it went away.
I'm intrigued. Quit teasing me, Tommy.
I'm looking for it. Oh boy, where the hell is it? One of you had it. Oh, the comment was in the Nasty Chat. I heard that Siri will be the next GM of the Maple Leafs. And you heard Keith Pelly talking about the data. They want it to be data driven. And a lot of people are saying right away it's just analytics. And then he had this weird diatribe about Tulsky in Carolina. And then Pelly had a bunch of other weird comments bringing up the Sabres and the Canadians and how they were a train that they didn't expect to see. So I saw that comment about, I heard Siri's going to be the next GM of the Maple Leafs. What did you think of that stuff with the Leafs yesterday, Keith Pelly?
Yeah, so I'm going to be completely honest, Tommy. I didn't watch all of it.
Okay, but you saw enough.
I saw enough.
Because Leafs fans are freaking out.
Yeah, so I'm going to just look into the minds of Leafs fans, and I think they have every right to be ticked.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one thing the comment I hate the most was, we didn't expect the Sabres and the Senators. Like that argument, like I'm sorry, it's called doing your due diligence.
That was weird, yeah.
And I mean, you're taught that. I mean, so early on. Like that one ticked me off. Like how are you not aware of what your opposition is doing? Obviously focus on what you're doing, but you got to know. You absolutely got to know. So disastrous is what Hayes labeled it yesterday. Yes. On Overdrive, and I completely agree with that, man. Like, I would be so ticked if I was a Leafs fan and just listening to this. I'd be like, what the heck is going on? Like, where is the organization going? Clearly, they don't know where they're going, and
yikes.
I think a lot of what he said was just bad. It was bad look.
Yeah.
It was a really bad look.
It was bro in the Nasty Chat. I found it says, the Leafs just announced that Siri is going to be the next president of Hockey Ops.
Yeah.
Well played, bro.
What are we doing? That was terrible. That was terrible.
I thought that was funny. Anyway, I just wanted to tie it into the numbers game because they're going to be data driven. Listen, this is oil country. I think a lot of people around here look at the plight of the Maple Leafs and go, wow, that's too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Is it though? And it's funny though, because who is the next guy like that's signing up for that position?
There's a lot that comes with somebody will, I'm sure.
But it's not as like...
There's going to be someone cocky enough to think that they could take it on.
Yeah, that's...
Or it'll be, if they're smart, someone who's veteran enough to deal with a circus that is the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Matthews is gone, eh?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they have 2 years left of him under contract. Next year, obviously, he's going to play a big part.
You look at the future of the team. Does he want that? You look at
I don't know.
I don't know. He's ready to just go down south, I think.
I could see that too.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting, but suck it. That's what I have to say. I'm not a Leafs fan.
Tail says, wasn't Dubas data driven? Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And that's a funny point too.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. They had that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Got rid of that a couple of years ago. Now he's doing okay in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Rip City Step says Dubas in the Pens trending better than the Leafs. Absolutely. I thought that was funny, bro. Great text.
Yeah.
And the Leafs announced that Surrey will be taking over as president. And the weird thing too, we're talking about it on the Hangout, is like, didn't Pelly? Maddie brought it up. It was like Pelly didn't necessarily see them needing presidents with the Leafs and the Raptors and ML and TFC.
Yeah. And now
it's like, well, who's the boss? You know?
Yeah.
It can't just be you, and you've got like 9 teams under your umbrella.
Yes.
Good luck.
That's
over multiple sports.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there down east. But yeah, like I honestly don't know. Like, it's not a rebuild. It's a retool.
Can't call it that.
Yeah, no, you can't call it that. It's a retool. We feel like we have is what he said. We feel like we have, the pieces that can make this a contender in the Matthews and the Nylander and the Nyes. But it's like, what makes you think they want to stay? You have nothing coming up in the pipe, from like prospects wise. They've got almost nothing. So, I think the Matthews era is pretty close to being the core four. It's done, Tommy.
Or whatever. That's their problem.
Yeah, I don't care. I love it.
Bones says, I'll give Bones the last word here. The Leafs are looking for an analytics-based GM. Sesame Street has given Toronto permission to speak with the Count.
I love two counts. That's good. I like that.
Coob, what's coming up next on EST Afternoons?
We got a big show on tap. We'll dive more into the Maple Leafs debacle, I guess if you want to call it that.
Okay.
It is a big situation over there. So Terry Cochon from Toronto Sun Sports, not Star Sports, will be popping by. We also got highlights, lowlights from yesterday's 3-0 shutout victory for the Oilers. It'll be Matty Iwanek and Joaquin Gage taking the way. We got Hernan's World. Hernan is not in, but we'll have some fun for sure. And we got the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay for Play Alberta.
Excellent. You're rocking a sick Play Alberta cap. You've got a very festive look today.
Yes. Very interesting look. It is Goodwill Wednesday on the Reed Wilkins show later today.
And you went all out with and you've got socks and slides on. Oh my!
I was going to wear Garfield socks, but I chose not to. Would have been too loud.
Oh, look at you.
This is one of the worst outfits I've ever worn.
You be you, Coob.
Hey, I was voted by my peers in a class of 13, Nate Radio and Television, the best and worst dressed person at the same time.
Ding.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's good.
Nailed it. All right, great show coming up. Iwanek in for Hernan. Gager standing by. Coob in his festive gear, ready to rock as well. Trev, great stuff as always, buddy.
Thanks, Tom. I had a lot of fun.
You're awesome. That's going to do it for the Oil Street presented by Boston Pizza. Big thank you to everybody who watched, everybody who listened. Big thank you to Popeyes and BP and Play Alberta, our sponsors on this fine program. That'll do it for the show. For Trev, I'm Tommy saying enjoy the rest of your Wednesday ESC afternoons. Coming up next.